How to spend a day in Cairo. Episode 2 of the series, the How to Spend a Day in Cairo series is a travel program and a complete guide for anyone who wants to explore Cairo and enjoy its atmosphere. Each episode represents a full day, including different areas, restaurants, landmarks, and outings. In today's episode, we'll explore a variety of streets and neighborhoods, whether popular or upscale. We'll talk about their history, visit historical and archaeological landmarks, and eat at some of the most famous Egyptian restaurants. Today's journey starts from Tahrir Square, then we'll head to Garden City and have breakfast at one of the palaces in the area. After breakfast, we'll go to Sayeda Zeinab, visit one of the oldest mosques in Egypt and Africa, and also explore Beit El-Kritliya. Then we'll head to Mohandesin for lunch at Wadi El Nil Fish Restaurant. Finally, we'll visit Al Misr Walkway, enjoy a Nile boat ride, and experience the beautiful vibes of Cairo. If you'd like to know more about our upcoming tours and explore Cairo with us, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. And if you'd like to spend a day in Cairo with Shawarina channel, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Of course, guys, after breakfast, we had to drink some tea.
فاكر يا احمد لما كنا بنلعب واحنا صغيرين؟
وهي دي حاجه تتنسي؟
تعرف قبل ما تندهلي وتقولي يا بطاطس كنت بفكر في ايه؟
في ايه؟
في العروسه اللي خطفتها منك.
صحيح.
والنبي
طب انت فاكره ليه انا خطفتها منك؟ عشان خطفتي الطاقيه بتاعتي.
ده تجري ورايا لغايه ما وقعت على ركبتي، ركبتي وجعتني وما رضيتش اعيط لحسن تفرح تاني.
وفضلتي بصالي وانا واقف بعيد عشان اجي.
لكن انت عيطت وما رضيتش تيجي.
رحت معيط.
لا ما عيط.
لا عيط.
او النبي عيط وانت قعدت تضحك عليا.
لكن في الاخر صعبت عليا وجيت قومتك ومسحت سيفك الجنان.
بتتكلم كده؟
وحياة اوان يعني من بكره نقدر نسافر وما نسيبش بعض ولا دقيقه بعد كده. يعني حضرتك تروحي توضبي شنطتك على مصر يقطع لنا التذاكر.
اذنك بقى لحسن بابا زمانه مستني. خلينا نشوفك يا ناس. تشوفيناني؟ سعيده يا احمد.
مع السلامه.
سعيده يا ناس. سعيده يا الله.
We got back into the car after our tour in Garden City and having breakfast there. Now, we'll start moving from Garden City towards Sayeda Zeinab district. Sayeda Zeinab is one of the most beautiful and oldest popular neighborhoods in Cairo. God willing, we'll visit the Mosque of Ahmed Ibn Tulun, one of the oldest mosques in Egypt, and we'll also explore the Geir Anderson Museum. We're now heading towards Sayeda Zeinab. There are several routes we can take, but we'll go via Zeinab Bridge and drive through some of the narrow streets of Sayeda Zeinab until we reach the Mosque of Ahmed Ibn Tulun. Stay with me. We've started driving to leave Garden City with its beautiful and distinctive streets and head towards Sayeda Zeinab. We've reached the Corniche, and traffic is starting to get heavier. There are many ways to reach Sayeda Zeinab because Garden City is adjacent to it, and the main street separating them is Cairo Ahmed Street. We continued along the Corniche and decided to go via Zeinab Bridge. We're currently at the intersection of Cairo Ahmed Street, and the large building on our right is Abu El Rish Japanese Children's Hospital.
واحنا حاليا في تقاطع شارع القصر العيني، والمبنى الكبير اللي على ايدينا اليمين هو مبنى ابو الريش الياباني الخاص بالاطفال.
We're now going up Zeinab Bridge, which passes over the first line of the Cairo Metro Railway, as well as Abu El Rish Square, and the beginning of Al Sad Al Barani Street. We then go down from Zeinab Bridge into Sayeda Zeinab district, specifically onto Bayram El Tunsi Street, which is the street we're currently on. This street branches off into famous streets like Al Salakana Street, which appears ahead on the right. Before reaching Al Salakana Street, we turn left into Mohammed Rifat Street, which was named after Sheikh Mohammed Rifat, who once had a house on the street. The house was later sold and demolished, and an apartment building was built in its place. We continue along Mohammed Rifat Street until we reach the intersection with Al Telol Street, where we turn left and continue straight until it leads us to one of the most famous streets in Sayeda Zeinab, Al Sad Al Barani Street. As we continue, we can clearly see Sayeda Zeinab Mosque on our right. Al Sad Al Barani Street was later renamed Yusuf El Sabai Street. This street starts at Abu El Rish Square and ends at Sayeda Zeinab Square. Now, guys, we've arrived at Sayeda Zeinab Square. We're at the beginning of Port Said Street, and Sayeda Zeinab Mosque is right here on our right. The mosque has recently been renovated and is open for prayer as usual. Many people visit this mosque regularly. We're currently on Port Said Street, and will now head toward the Mosque of Ahmed Ibn Tulun, and we'll also visit Beit El-Kritliya, also known as the Geir Anderson Museum, which is located right next to it.
أحمد ابن طولون، وهنشوف كمان بيت الكريتلية أو متحف جاير أندرسون اللي جنبيه. عايز أقول لكم على اليمين
On the right, you'll see the Sayeda Zeinab police station, as well as Ali Zan El Abidin Street. There's also another street in front of us that may not be clearly visible because of the garden in the middle. This is Abdul Magid El Laban Street, also known as Maracina Street. This street also leads us toward our destination and marks the end of Qadri Street. However, I chose to continue along Port Said Street, one of the most famous and largest streets in Cairo. Sayeda Zeinab district is one of the area's richest in Islamic monuments. The street on our right is Qadri Pasha Street, and as soon as you enter it, you start to see the shape of the minaret of Ahmed Ibn Tulun Mosque, the famous spiral minaret. The minaret of the Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun, the famous spiral minaret, which, God willing, we will visit and explore, and we'll talk about it and share some information about it. This street can be a bit crowded at first because there are usually microbuses stopping here, so it's not always clear or calm. It tends to be a bit busy. The Sayeda Zeinab district is always full of movement and energy, offering you a chance to experience traditional Egyptian local life in all its details. You can wander through the Sayeda markets and buy traditional items like spices, oriental perfumes, prayer beads, fabrics, and handmade crafts. The residents live a very simple life, and you'll see people chatting in traditional cafes and shopping in the local markets. Sayeda Zeinab is a neighborhood full of life and history, distinguished by its narrow streets and old buildings that reflect Islamic architectural style. The Sayeda Zeinab Mosque, which we passed earlier, is one of the area's most prominent landmarks. It houses the shrine of Sayeda Zeinab, daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib and granddaughter of the Prophet Muhammad. This mosque is a major destination for visitors from across the Islamic world. We are now at the end of Qadri Street, and the minaret of the Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun is clearly visible in front of us. At the end of Qadri Street, on the right, is Marcina Street, also known as Abdul Magid El Laban Street. But we will turn left into Al Saliba Street. As soon as we enter, on the right we find the Mosque and Dome of Sargitmish, which also appears on the £5 note next to the Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun. On the opposite side is Al Kodari Mosque, after which the first part of the street was named. Returning again to the Mosque and Shrine of Sargitmish, it is very large in area and has a rich history that we discussed in previous episodes. We will turn right to park the car, then begin a beautiful archaeological tour.
جامع أحمد بن طولون هو من المساجد التاريخية.
The Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun is one of the historic mosques that embodies the greatness of Islamic architecture during the Tulunid era. It is considered one of the oldest mosques in Egypt and Africa that has preserved its original form since the time it was built. This was because Ahmad Ibn Tulun ordered the architect to build a structure that would remain standing even if Egypt were burned or flooded. The mosque was built in the year 879 AD, making it more than 1,100 years old. It has long been a place of worship and a center of knowledge. The mosque is distinguished by its large open courtyard in the center, which allows you to easily view all parts of the space. You can walk through the inner halls and enjoy the calmness and serenity that make this place truly special. As you walk through the mosque, you'll notice the precision in the decorative details and geometric designs adorning the walls and columns, reflecting the magnificence of ancient Islamic architectural art. Every corner of the mosque tells a story of rich Islamic heritage and artistry. The Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun is a wonderful destination for anyone who loves exploring history and discovering new aspects of Islamic architecture. Walking through this place makes you feel as if you've traveled back in time, surrounded by a spiritual atmosphere and deep tranquility. One of the most prominent features of the mosque is its unique spiral minaret, built in the Malwiya style, which offers visitors the chance to enjoy a stunning panoramic view of Cairo from above. We are currently trying to climb to the highest point of the minaret. I attempted to climb the minaret of Ahmad Ibn Tulun all the way to the top, but unfortunately, we discovered that the very top is closed. Honestly, I think closing it is a good decision for safety reasons, because the climb is not easy. We have now finished our tour inside the Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun and are descending from the minaret to exit the mosque. We have already left the mosque and are now heading to Beit El-Kritliya. There's no need to take a car or any transportation, as the house and the mosque are right next to each other. Beit El-Kritliya, also known as the Geir Anderson Museum, is located next to the Mosque of Ahmad Ibn Tulun and is directly attached to it. This house is a wonderful example of Mamluk and Ottoman-era architecture and dates back to the 16th century. As for the origin of the name Beit El-Kritliya, it was named after a woman from the island of Crete who once owned it. Beit El-Kritliya is actually made up of two houses connected by a bridge, one of which was built in the year 1540 AD, and the second one was built in 1631 AD. The architectural design and beautiful decorations of the house reflect the Ottoman and Mamluk styles, giving you a strong sense of the beauty of ancient Islamic art. As you walk through it, you'll find rooms filled with rare artifacts and antique furniture that reflect the authenticity of Egypt's different civilizations. The house also contains collections from the Islamic and Pharaonic eras. These items were collected by the British officer Geir Anderson, who lived in the house during his time in Egypt. He owned the house on the condition that he would offer it to the Egyptian government. This happened in the 1930s, when the government was demolishing many deteriorated houses around the Mosque of Ahmed Ibn Tulun. Anderson proposed that he would take the house, restore it, live in it, and display all the collections he had gathered from different eras. Upon his death, or if he left Egypt permanently, ownership of the house and all its contents would return to the Egyptian government, and the house would be turned into a museum bearing his name. Geir Anderson eventually left Egypt, leaving all his collections behind. The house became a museum and a tourist attraction. One of the most distinctive features of Beit El-Kritliya is the secret rooms that Geir Anderson added himself, as well as the windows overlooking stunning views of Old Cairo, and the balcony that overlooks the Mosque of Ahmed Ibn Tulun. Truly, the place feels like a window into the past. The house has many rooms, each with its own unique design and decor, which is why it has been used as a filming location for many artistic works, as you can see in the images. You can also take very beautiful photos there. Ticket prices are displayed on the sign in front of us. This was a brief overview of Beit El-Kritliya, a place that embodies the history of Cairo and its rich, diverse culture.